What is up, guys? It is Robert of Gaming with Me, and welcome to a video talking about the back of the box, or sometimes the front of the box. Basically, what I want to talk about today are box art quotes. So quotes from like reviews and stuff that are put on the back of the box of a game. I always found it dumb. I always found it really dumb. You take a random review, it could be from IGN or something, and just take one random quote, put it on the back of the box, and yeah, that's gonna sell the game. Does that ever sell a game? I'm guessing it does because they did it quite often, especially back in like the 360 PS3 era. But honestly, I feel like they've kind of stopped now, and it's probably because reviews don't come out till later on. But still, you may see it for like Game of the Year editions. You'll have like different quotes from different reviews plastered all over the box. And I was thinking it makes it look ugly and it looks weird. I can understand the back of the box, but don't put it on the front. But some people do, and it just makes it look distracting. Today, I thought I'd take a look at all the games that I have quotes on the back of the box for all my games. See which one has it, and kind of think, does it work? Does it not? Let's see. There's a lot of them, so let's get started. Beautiful Joe's quote is, "Beautiful Joe is way cool. Don't miss out on this awesome experience," from Electronic Gaming Monthly. Yeah, man, it's way cool. Don't miss out on this awesome experience. Couldn't they just say that themselves? Did you really need a review to say that? I don't know. That doesn't even seem like it adds anything. Epic Mickey's quote is, "Best Wii game, G4 TV." Best Wii game, like, period? Best Wii game of all time? When did this release? Epic Mickey apparently came out in like 2010. I mean, a million games came out on the Wii. 2010, best Wii game ever? I mean, look, I haven't played it, so I can't say that. Everyone's got their opinions, but damn, best Wii game is a pretty high praise. Okami doesn't technically have a quote, but it's one, and I'm only going to mention this once, is on the very front of the cover. They have a giant 9.5 out of 10 by play. Why? You just ruined some of this cover, man. It's not something you could peel off. It's just, that's the cover. It's on there. 9.5 out of 10 by play. Cool. What does that mean? Why would you put a review that's not even a 10 out of 10 on the front cover? Is that really going to make people buy, like, oh my god, this one outlet gave it a 9.5. I got to buy this game. Maybe it works. I don't know. The Conduit, best shooting game on the Wii, IGN. Which, mind you, apparently that's from, I guess, the IGN E3 Award 2008. So I don't even think that was in their actual review. It was just for their IGN E3 award. They probably said, this is probably like the best shooting game on Wii. Yeah, it's so stupid. That's another one I won't be mentioning a lot, but there are many covers that have best of E3 award, E3. Okay, the game wasn't even out by then, so you're just getting awards for things that aren't even complete. Your game's not complete. You're just getting like preview awards. Like, really? You're gonna put that hey, back then, a few years ago, we got best of E3. Not the best of this year, though. DuckTales Remastered, 9 out of 10, a faithful remake of the NES classic. Machinima Inside Gaming Daily, 4.5 out of 5. DuckTales Remastered is a retro revival, done right. Games Radar. I used to watch Inside Gaming Daily all the damn time, and I really enjoyed that. They don't exist anymore. I mean, technically they have the Inside Gaming, it's a big thing, but regardless, that, as we know it, that one that we know is technically doesn't exist anymore. But again, can't you technically just say those quotes on your own? Like, did you really need a review for that? South Park: The Fractured Butthole has those whole Game Informer Best in Show 2016 role-playing, Best RPG, Best of E3 2017. You really couldn't find a quote for a review when it's been out. You gotta get something from years ago. I don't know. All those E3 award stuff doesn't even make sense. How are you gonna award something that doesn't exist yet, that isn't released? Earthworm Jim, the best game ever to hit a screen. This isn't Game of the Year. This is Game of the Decade. Die Hard Game Fan. Is that like the a username? So I'm Die Hard Game Fan. Like, is that an actual review magazine? I'm guessing it was. But man, Game of the Year, Game of the Decade, that is a huge thing to say. The first one came out in 1994. You still had 6 years left until the end of the decade. Why in the world would you be calling out Game of the Decade in 1994? And then I'm sure that guy, I would love to talk to that person. I'm sure he didn't actually think it was Game of the Decade by the end of the decade, because by the end of the decade, you had stuff like Mario 64. There was no way this guy thought Earthworm Jim was still the Game of the Decade. He might have. Not saying it's a bad game by any means. I don't know. I haven't played it. But come on, man. That's too early to say that. Gex, Enter the Gecko, early candidate for Game of the Year, PS Extreme Magazine. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, early candidate, you know. Who is this selling to? I don't know. I guess I could understand when it's the older games more so than, you know, newer games, because newer games you could just look up gameplay, all that. But for the older games, I guess I can understand more so, like, okay, this guy said it's almost Game of the Year, that's gotta be something. So I can understand early on. But like when it's Xbox 360 games, who cares? Tomb Raider 3's just stunning, the best one yet, PSM. Lara Croft is our kind of action hero, Rolling Stone. That second one doesn't make any sense. Lara Croft is our kind of action hero? How's that selling me on a game? Lara Croft is a cool hero. What? Bullies, one of the hottest new action games around, IGN. Can't you say that for any action game ever? If it's a new game, this is the new hottest games out. What? Call of Duty Finest Hour, the most frantic and realistic combat sequences ever put into a game. Game Informer Online, one of the most exciting console shooters in years. GameSpy. It almost feels like they were writing to get on the cover, you know what I mean? Some of these review magazines are like, we need to make it so these guys could put ourselves on the cover. I doubt it, but I'm sure some do. Stick It to the Man, superb, a hallmark of excellence, 95%, Destructoid.com. Stick It to the Man really is the complete package, 8.6 out of 10, IGN.com. Why would you put 8.6 out of 10 on the cover? That's a great score, but to casualize, why would you put that? It doesn't make sense. Just put the quote. Why you put in the score? And also, what does it mean by the complete package? Like visuals, gameplay, music, I guess that's what they mean, but... The complete package. The front of Shadow of the Tomb Raider says over 100 awards and nominations. I remember The Last of Us Remastered has over 200 Game of the Year awards. What? Where are they getting all these damn awards from? Who are they looking from? What's the scale? I mean, at some point that one of the 200 is probably pretty small, which is fine. But in that case, can't they consider my Game of the Year? Can someone please take my Game of the Year nominations? How come I can't have a quote, man? Gaming with me, 9 out of 10. Like, come on, man. Give it... I don't know, at some point I always found that so funny. 200 game, 3,000 nominations for thumbs up of amazingness. Like, what the... The back of the box says, 9 out of 10. Genuinely gorgeous game, IGN. Genuinely gorgeous. Wow, man, that's a quote. Genuinely gorgeous, man. Life is Strange says, a must buy, The Examiner. 90 out of 100 VentureBeat. Use of narrative, new IPs game. This whole award that they got, this new IP winner award, the title is so tiny for the subtitle, I can't even read it. Why even put it then? I can't even read it. Who's developed? Control, a game we'll be talking about for generations. Games Radar Plus. Yeah, I mean, that is a good quote. That one just feels like, you know, really high praise that also isn't just saying Game of the Year. It's just like a game we'll be talking about for a long time, man. Right, ain't bad. Also, don't forget, Control is the winner of 80 plus awards, just to let you know. Battlefield Hardline, it's gripping and it gets your heart going. GamesBeat. Sure. Yeah, it's, I guess it means it's intense. It's an intense game, man. That's a good thing. That's a good quote. And again, don't get me wrong, that's stuff that I would probably say in back of the backlog describing a game. But it's just to have it on your own box art, instead of just having your own words, I don't know, it just feels cheap to me. Alien Isolation, the scariest thing at E3 this year, Entertainment Weekly. Terrifying, Polygon. Also, over 40 E3 2014 awards and nominations. Dude, the game wasn't out during E3, so who cares if they awarded 40 awards during its test build? Like, what? Who cares about that? That's just so weird to me. The scariest thing at E3 this year? That's probably because there was no horror games at E3 that year. Terrifying? You can't put the word terrifying yourself. You gotta have it as an opinion from someone else. You can't say terrifying atmosphere. You could have just taken mine. You could have just taken my words right now. Go back in time. Go back in time, Sega. Do it. Uncharted 3, the PlayStation 3's signature franchise, USA Today. And then on the back of the box it says, one of the most biggest, most impressive games ever made, Game Informer. You see a trend? A lot of these are very similar. One of the best, one of the most impressive. Oh my god. All these games, according to these reviews, are one of the best, which means it's like, if everyone's one of the best, doesn't mean no one's the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, doesn't make it, you know what I'm saying? Uncharted 2, 5 out of 5 stars. PlayStation, the official magazine. The official magazine of PlayStation gave the biggest PlayStation game of that year a 5 out of 5. Damn, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Unprecedented focus on cinematic action and thrills, but the level of interaction and immersion Hollywood blockbusters can only envy, Game Informer. That's a good quote. You know why? Because it's a sizable quote. It's one that they really detailed. I'll give them that one. Uncharted. Uncharted is about as cutting edge of a game as we've seen on the PS3 thus far. GamePro. Until Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. I mean, they're not wrong, I guess. Ratchet & Clank Future, Tools of Destruction. The first game to truly deliver the long-sought "you are playing a Pixar movie" experience. New York Times. That's an interesting praise. I mean, that's one that I think it kind of deserves to be on the box. You know, someone saying, hey man, this is like playing a Pixar movie. I'm like, all right, that I could see why they would like that on the cover. Infamous Collection, one of the best offerings on the PS3, IGN. You heard it here, folks, man. One of the best offerings. Can't they just say that themselves? One of the best offerings you could get. That's just selling the game. I don't know. Stuntman. We have one word. Stuntman rocks. GameSpy. That's 2 words. Stuntman rocks. You can't say stuntman and then the word rocks is 1 word. Nope. It's 2 words. Stuntman rocks. Come on, man. Come on, GamePro. I mean, GameSpy. Spider-Man 2 has all sorts of quotes. Dazzling sense of aerial freedom, IGN.com. Endlessly entertaining, Yahoo Games domain. Fluid and stunning, GamePro. A must-have. Stuff. Again, all these quotes, like, you could take that from anybody, and that's fine. Like, these are things that you would say in a review. But, like, come on, man. You're gonna put that on the back of every damn box ever? A must-have. The best game ever. You know? Come on. At least with the Spider-Man 2 one, it's different, like dazzling sense of aerial freedom. That's a unique quote that you can't put on anything else other than a Spider-Man box, right? That's pretty good. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Sly so good it's just plain criminal. Animation Magazine. Editor's Choice Gold Award, PSE2, whatever that means. The franchise platform gamers have been waiting for, Play Magazine. Game Character of the Year, 2002, Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. Dude, this whole thing, almost like 30% of this whole back is just filled with quotes. I don't like when they do that. That's just stuffing it with quotes. Sell your own game, man. Sell your own game. I believe you can. Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto 3 expands the very idea of what a game has traditionally been. IGN.com. A mafioso masterpiece. Maxim. Isn't Maxim like a, kind of Playboy-esque? I might be wrong with that. I'm not too sure, but I guess, hey, that's a unique one. You can't quite get someone that's Playboy-esque on a thing, aren't they? I don't know. I'm not too sure. Only way I think I know that is because when I was young, when I was over my dad's house, he would have Playboy and different magazines of that sort just in front of the toilet in the bathroom. Isn't that great? Fucking hell. Oh my god, now I just think about it. I mean, saying it out loud, holy shit. In front of the toilet, that's where he had his damn porno type magazines. Holy shit. Yeah, no duh. No duh. I never opened them. I would be honest, I never opened them. How did I never open them? That makes no sense. Whatever. Project Snowblind, the future of war, Game Informer. All those weapons mean the possibilities are up to your imagination. Electronic Gaming Monthly makes the FPS genre better. OneUp.com. Unprecedented stream of battlefield chaos, play, a ridiculous number of weapons, gadgets, and abilities, GMR. Again, a lot of these feels like you could just say it yourself. But also, the future of war? Is that even a good quote? This is what the future of war will look like. Isn't that bad? Isn't that bad? Do we really want to see what the future, like, should that even exist, the future of war? I don't know, the future of gaming war? I don't know, but sure, but the future of war, period? Watch Dogs, remarkable, IGN. That's a pretty unremarkable quote though. Walking Dead Season 2, it's a home run. Lightning, meat bottle, again, Nerdist. Sure, just doesn't describe anything for the game, I don't know. The Orange Box, the best deal in video game history, IGN.com. I think that's a decent quote, you know, but again, I feel like they could just say that themselves. This is the best damn deal in video game history, but they gotta be like, okay, well, we can't say that. Let's the IGN say that. Portal 2, intelligent, innovative, and massively entertaining. From, who knows? There's no, there's no website listed or anything. It's just a quote. I think someone over at Valve said it, and they were just like, we're gonna write that down. Gears of War Triple Pack, a visual and visceral masterpiece, 1-up. The best Xbox game ever, GamePro. It's so funny seeing all these ones that technically they don't exist anymore. It's quite sad, you know, there's a lot of magazines, a lot of websites that just don't exist anymore that are still living on different box art quotes, which is cool, but it also is sad. It's like, damn. Fear will rock the console world. Official Xbox magazine, July 2006. I have a feeling this quote is just from a preview and it's not actually when it was out. Call of Duty World at War, a must-own for fans of the series. GamePro, Game of the Year, FHM. This is like Call of Duty number 5, I believe. They were gonna pick it up anyway, man. Of course, it's a must-have for fans of the series. It's the 5th one. Call of Duty Black Ops, ludicrously deep multiplayer experience. GamePro. We weren't just impressed with Black Ops, we were blown away. OXM. I mean, hey, that's a quote, you know. We weren't impressed, we were blown away, dude. That is a good quote, I guess I'd say. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the most photorealistic video game we've ever seen. Game Informer. One of the deepest online shooters of all time. IGN.com. And of course, winner of 40 plus E3 awards, including Best of Show G4, Best Action Game, Game Critic Awards, Best Shooter and Best Graphics, GameSpot and IGN.com. Wow, man, E3 awards, you know, I love them. I do also love the idea of the most photorealistic video game, you know, because it's like the very next year there's going to be a game that's even more photorealistic. It's always a cycle. You could probably put that on every realistic looking game box art ever. Max Payne. Max Payne is a title you absolutely must not miss if you're an action gamer. IGN.com. High intensity, two-fisted gunplay with Hong Kong style cinematography, complete with playable slow-mo and bullet time. This game just rocks. Next Gen Magazine. I like the Next Gen Magazine quote, even though that could have just been the literal description. But hey man, that's an action. They went into detail. They did their own job. They did the back of the box guy's job for them, which hey, that helps him. Halo, the killer app for the Xbox, 10 out of 10, Electronic Gaming Monthly, 2002. One of the best shooters ever, videogames.com, 2001. One of the best games in recent times on any console, bar none. Electronic Gaming Monthly. This is the most important launch game for any console ever, Edge Magazine. Microsoft created the Xbox so we could have games like Halo, IGN.com. Halo's single player is worth picking up an Xbox alone. Videogames.com. Again, man, so many of these are just like, we are the best fucking thing on this planet, bro. We are the best. And of course you want to say that, I get that. But like, man, relax. These dudes got like 7 quotes. That's gotta mean something. Blink's best Xbox game of E3 2002, IGN.com. The damn E3 award strikes again. Wow, best of E3 in 2002, but it is not the best Xbox game in 2002 is what they're saying. We'll end with The Wolf Among Us. Amazing. Editor's Choice, IGN. What a not amazing quote. Just that's it, the word amazing. Come on, dude, come on. That's all the games that I have that have quotes from reviews on the back of the box, front of the box. And if you notice, it's all the damn same trend. Best game of the year, best of E3. This is so great. Oh my god, this is the best game. I mean, it's not all the same because Earthworm Jim, they're like, best game of the decade. Like, shit, relax, bro. Truly, does this actually sell a game? If you notice, the trend is most of it was in probably the 6th to 7th gen. You know, I'm sure there was a lot more. I don't have a lot of PS1 games, stuff like that. I'm sure there's a lot on there, but I don't think it's, I think it kind of stopped with the 8th gen. They probably produced so many of those boxes way before reviews came out, so technically they can't really put reviews on unless they do Game of the Year editions. And so, I don't know, I think they figured out, all right, this doesn't really sell. They could just find out stuff online if they want to see quotes. But earlier on, I think it was more important. PS1, N64, I'm sure even GameCube, stuff like that. Those type of games, that era when online wasn't quite as relevant, or you know, it's more so magazines and stuff, they wanted to put those to advertise it. So when you go into stores, you're like, oh wow, this guy says it is the best Xbox game. I'm sure that was more important back then. Nowadays, I can't imagine it being that important, which is why you don't really see it as often on PS4 games and I'm sure definitely not PS5 games. I have so many Switch games. That was the only Switch game that had anything remotely on it, and it technically wasn't even a quote, the South Park one. I think quotes were just something for its time, and for its time was more so a while ago. I'm sure you'll still see it now and then on, like I said, on Game of the Year editions, but on brand new, just when it first comes out, I doubt you'll see it on there. But let me know, did you ever get sold on a game from a quote on the box? Not from online that you read online, but on the box. You looked at the game and you said, that looks pretty good. This guy says it's Game of the Year. I'm going to buy this game. Let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. Again, I think it's going to be for probably the older gamers out there, you know, the people that were around during the PS2 and the you know, I guess even Sega Genesis. Obviously, they had it on there, Sega Genesis, stuff like that. Let me know, were you sold on those type of quotes? I am very, very curious to hear, because for me, you know, I was born in the internet age, so I you know, it didn't really affect me, but I'm sure it did affect people that weren't around during the internet age. I'm sure it does affect people that were around back then and had to really buy things based on the box art. And if the box art, you know, you based it on that, the quotes had to be there so they could kind of sell you further onto that. Some developers don't ever have that. Like, there's not one Nintendo game in my collection that has a quote. Nintendo's like straight up, hey, we sell the game ourselves. We ain't basing it on no reviews, which is really interesting. The only time you'll ever see that is on Mario plus Rabbids. It has the best of E3 thing, and that's from Ubisoft. Ubisoft likes to do that. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. I'm very, very curious as to your thoughts on this, and let me know, were you ever sold by a game based on the back of the box or the front of the box quotes specifically? Let me know. See you guys next time. Peace. I wanna hear her, she finally picks up, but has to quickly hang up because she's busy. But in all reality, she just doesn't miss me. To be honest, I'm way past tipsy, but these fuckers keep giving me more drinks. I'm drinking beer, I don't even like beer, but it's weird, it's like the taste disappear. Passing out is what that should be, but I'm fearless, give me my 16